Alexa, who directed Goodfellas?
Goodfellas was directed by Martin Scorsese.
Ah, Sazy. The way you said it.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. All right.
Now that doesn't mean she's right.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, they mispronounce lots of things. But all right, so top five Scorsese.
Yeah, this was tough.
Yeah, definitely. So many good ones.
Like, how many movies did he direct? Like 30 movies or something?
Yeah, probably around there, starting in the 70s. Yeah, I could have easily done a top 10 on him. He's likely is my favorite director.
And I mean, most of them, he got nominated for Academy Award. But I think he only got it once.
I think so, yeah. I think The Departed was the only one he won.
Yeah.
But, all right, well, who wants to start off?
I guess I'll start off.
All right.
And like I said, I wasn't going to do a lot of the crime ones because otherwise we'd be all crying.
All right, we'll see.
All gangster related.
But those are the best. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, it's just you gotta have. He did other ones that were also good. So my first one is the non-gangster one.
Okay.
And it's something that you would never even think that he would direct.
Yeah.
Age of Innocence.
Oh, wow. You picked one. This may be like the only one of his movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Day-Lewis, right?
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis. Actually, I just saw it again maybe about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So you could read my review on Letterboxd.
Okay, but it's like a period piece, right?
I'll throw in a plug. Yeah. So the movie was basically, it was set in the Gilded Age.
Yeah.
United States. And it had to do with high society peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So Daniel Day-Lewis was like torn between his real feelings and what high society wanted him to do.
Okay.
Basically, with the gist of the movie, without giving away any.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But,
well, yeah.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's been on my list to check out, but I never have. But
yeah, actually, Michelle Pfeiffer and Winona Ryder were in it also.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, my number 5 is also one that most people wouldn't probably think of right away, and it is not a crime movie. It's The Last Waltz.
I have that also.
Oh, really?
But I ranked it higher.
Okay, cool. Yeah, one of the best music concert films / documentaries ever made, if not the best.
Yes.
I wasn't really that into the band before watching it, but afterwards I was a fan. Because, I mean, there's just so much more energy to their live performances on this than their studio albums. Like, mostly the songs that I had never even heard of, like It Makes No Difference and The Shape I'm In. Of course, the hits too, like Up on Cripple Creek. But, yeah, an amazing movie. And then you got so many guest musicians like Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Eric Clapton, Van Morrison, who was all drugged up on his version of Caravan. So
I was a fan before I saw it. You were the one that directed me to watch the movie.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, it was like really good. I was really psyched about it when I saw it.
Sweet.
I still am, actually.
Yeah. I mean, and the way that he did it, where he's interviewing Levon Helm and Robbie Robertson and all the guys separately, paints the picture of kind of like the whole band's story, all intertangled with these great performances. It's really cool. So sweet. Okay, we got one in common already.
Yeah, one in common. So we may have two.
Yeah, it's possible. All right, so what's your number 4?
My number 4 is also a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, Gangs of New York.
Oh, wow. Okay. You rank it that high. Another period piece. I see a pattern here.
I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not one of my favorites, but definitely he's amazing in that movie, his performance.
Yeah, he was, and all the other people that were in there with him, Cameron Diaz and DiCaprio. I mean, it was a good cast, and it was a good movie.
Yeah, he played Bill the Butcher with the when he's doing the thing with the knife on his eye and stuff. It's like
there was like a lot of good scenes in that movie.
Yeah, and the ending with just the rioting, it was just totally insane, and crazy to know that most of what happened in the movie was true.
Yeah, I mean, and the beginning was pretty good too.
Pretty brutal, yeah.
When DiCaprio's father gets it.
Right, and his father was played by what's his face? I want to say Qui-Gon from Star Wars. I can't remember his real name, but anyway. But
we have to look that up because
great cast all around for sure.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I loved that movie when it came out in 2002, and I've seen it probably like 5 times.
Wow, really? And that's a long movie too.
Yeah, it is a long movie.
I don't know if it's quite 3 hours, but probably close.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got so many great scenes in it. Not just the bloody scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Scorsese, he's really made some epic films, that's for sure.
Yeah, like the Irish coming over into New York. As they're coming over, they have them signing up to fight for the North in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got a lot of historical.
Right. Okay, very cool. So my number 4 is The Wolf of Wall Street. Speaking of epic movies, this one I think is over 3 hours. 3 hours of debauchery and all kinds of craziness. To me, this is my favorite of his DiCaprio movies, actually. I'd put it above Gangs of New York, Departed, Shutter Island, all those. DiCaprio's performance is ridiculous in this movie when he's like all drugged up and crawling to his car and opens the car door with his foot. That scene
like took forever.
Yeah.
It's like, Scorsese could have done that thing in like, 10 seconds and like he just dragged it out on purpose.
Right.
That was a great scene. And actually, that's my number 3.
Oh, okay. Wow. We got 2 in common already.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we can talk more in detail now, obviously, but Jonah Hill was great in that too, as his friend that gets him in all kinds of trouble. Like, actually, the end of that scene is him like trying to kill him, and then Jonah Hill's like choking on something, and then he ends up saving him. It's like just ridiculous. But Margot Robbie was great. Oh, Matthew McConaughey was awesome in that movie too, with the whole whatever that is. I mean, just ridiculous. And like the most despicable guy, you end up like actually caring about him and hoping he gets his stuff together, which it kind of, you're not quite sure if he does at the end of the movie, but yeah, craziness, man. So many crazy scenes. Like Jonah Hill, do crack with me, bro. Like, when he first meets him. It's so crazy. Okay, cool. So that's your number 3.
Yeah, see, I ranked it higher than you did.
Impressive. Okay, so hold on. I lost my list here. So my number 3 is Raging Bull.
Okay.
And I'm thinking by the way you said that, you may have it also higher, but I think this is maybe, well, definitely like De Niro's best acting performance of all time, and maybe one of the best acting performances in general of all time. Like, not just the weight loss and gain back again as Jake LaMotta, but just, I mean, the way he plays this jealous character so well, like the scene where he's asking his brother, played by Pesci, if he was with his wife repeatedly, and then it's just crazy. But also visually, I'm not usually into boxing movies that much, like Rocky and all those, but especially being a black and white movie, Scorsese made it like so amazing to look at. The fight scenes, they're so like over the top. And then the guy, when I can't remember, Sugar Ray or whoever he's fighting, he loses, but he has that line where he says, "You didn't knock me down, Ray. You didn't knock me down." And then, oh man, the scene where he's punching the walls in the prison cell. Crazy, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
So
but I only saw it like once.
So it's not on your list then?
No, it's not on my list.
Wow. Okay. All right then. So what is your number 2?
My number 2 was The Last Waltz.
Oh, wow. All right. Man, this is going fast. So you really did dig that. Okay. Yeah, that who else was on that performance? I mean, even at the end when they did what was the big finish song? They had like Ringo playing drums and just like everybody on stage at the same time.
Yeah, I remember like Van Morrison was in it.
Right.
Neil Young was in it.
Yeah, Neil Young's version of Helpless is awesome in that.
Johnny Mitchell was in it.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Totally classic. So, all right, cool. We already talked about that basically. So yeah, it's going fast. All right. So my number 2 is Casino.
Yeah. Okay.
Another epic, I want to say over 3-hour movie, but a lot of people see it as kind of like a sister movie to Goodfellas, or it's not a sequel, obviously, it's a whole different story, but it's very much in the same vein.
I see it more like a casino movie.
Right. But yeah, there's just so many memorable lines from this movie, like when De Niro goes to the manager of the casino and says, "I want an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin." And the guy's like, "What? Do you know how long that's going to take?" He's like, "I don't care. I want an equal amount." And then, of course, Pesci is just like ridiculous, stabbing guys in the neck with pens and stuff. And then Sharon Stone's performance was...
Yeah, screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... And then so many Don Rickles plays like the pit boss, and he doesn't say much, but he's great. James Woods as the guy she's having the affair with, and just a brutal movie, which again, based on a true story. It's kind of crazy to know all that behind the scenes stuff in Vegas, but it makes sense. So that one, I take it, is not on your list.
No, obviously not.
All right. So what's your number 1?
Probably the same as your number 1.
All right, let's say 1, 2, 3. Goodfellas. Yeah. All right, I'm glad you had at least one crime movie on here.
No, I had the other one, the Streets of whatever it was.
Oh, okay, that counts, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, this is like, I've seen this movie like so many times. I don't even know how many. Whenever it's on TV, I'll even put it on. Just that last stretch where he's got helicopters watching him and he's on drugs and he's bringing guns to sell, and then he's watching over his shoulder for De Niro coming after him. And I think this was Ray Liotta's first, like most people didn't even know who he was, but he knocked it out of the park. And then you got De Niro, Pesci, Paul Sorvino. I mean, the cast is just amazing.
Yeah, it's like definitely number one. I mean, I would think that if you asked anybody what Scorsese's number one movie was,
Yeah.
9 out of 10 is going to say Goodfellas.
Yeah. I think Pesci won the best supporting actor for this. Just the "how am I funny" scene is so great. Tell me how I'm funny. So great, man. He was like, he plays such a good psychopath. I mean, the scene where they kill the guy in the restaurant, and then they got him in the trunk of the car, and then they go stop and eat at his mother's house. And they're just having friendly conversation. Like, and then he shows him the picture, and he's like, "Oh, look, there he is. That's the guy." Oh man. So great, man. The dialogue, and another based on a true story by Henry Hill. It's like Scorsese has this way of making movies about these horrible people that you end up, liking them and rooting for them in these movies. Almost all the ones on my list. So,
yeah, I was surprised you didn't do the Irish thing.
Oh, The Departed. Yeah, that was close.
No, the other one.
Oh, The Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great too.
Yeah, that's another like same type where he's got the gangster, but this one he's reminiscing about his life and stuff like that. And, and with Jimmy Hoffa and stuff like that. But it's basically that gangster, thinking about the things that he did, whether he had any regrets,
Right. Yeah. No, I thought about it for sure. There were some, like, I did think it was a little too long, and then some of the thing with, trying to make De Niro look younger, I didn't think worked all the time. But of course, they were all great, and Pacino in his first Scorsese movie. So that was on my honorable mentions. That and The Departed. Shutter Island is another one with DiCaprio that I really liked.
Yeah, I know. I like that one too. Psychological thriller.
Oh, one that very close made it, but not quite, is Taxi Driver. I love that movie too.
Taxi Driver.
You talking to me?
Yeah, right. Everybody knows that line.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but another amazing De Niro performance.
Right.
That was great. So, okay, we got to put these lists together.
Another honorable mention, too, besides all the ones that you mentioned. The Aviator.
Oh, yeah, Aviator was great, too. Another epic. And, DiCaprio was pretty amazing in that one, too.
Yeah, where he's playing Howard Hughes.
Yeah, show me all the blueprints.
Yeah.
Or he keeps saying it over and over again.
Yeah, and then how he, becomes a shut-in and, afraid of germs and all that later on, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was, I didn't know much about Howard Hughes. That was like a really interesting movie, for sure.
Yeah. And the Grey Goose, that huge plane that he built.
Yeah. And the way he was like so, way ahead of his time on making movies with planes. I mean, the whole Hell's Angels thing. That was crazy.
Yeah,
So, all right. So obviously our shared number one is Goodfellas.
right. So I guess that's number one.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to put The Last Waltz at number two because it was your two and it was also on my list.
Right.
So then at three, I guess we can put my two of Casino.
Well, we
Okay.
have another one in common, so that probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we have Wolf of Wall Street is your three and my four. So should we put that at three and put
Right.
Casino?
And then put Casino 4.
All right. I'm cool with that. Okay. So then I guess we don't have any others in common. Your next one is 4. My next one is 3. So that's Raging Bull. I think we got to put that at 5. I'm glad it made the list to give it a little variety. That's a good list.
That is a good list.
I mean, every single one of those is a classic. So, cool. All right. So let's read it off.
All his movies are really a classic.
Yeah. I have yet to see a movie of his that I did not enjoy. I mean, even Silence, I thought was an amazing movie. It's not one that I would watch over and over again, but
Yeah, we didn't shout that one. I didn't really like that movie. It was, to me, it dragged a bit.
right.
Yeah, and that was a long movie too.
It was, yeah, but it definitely has some unforgettable scenes, some really disturbing stuff in there for sure, and
Yeah.
and it also
And then-
makes you think.
Then you do like another religious one, The Temptation of Christ.
Oh yeah, Last Temptation of Christ. Yeah, I'm glad we gave that a shout out too, because that was a really, of course, at the time he got a lot of flack for it for having the Jesus sex scene with Mary Magdalene, because it's supposed to envision him not dying on the cross. Like what would have happened if he hadn't? But so it just makes you think outside the box a little bit. But then at the end, he puts him back on the cross again. So I don't see why people got so upset about it.
I know.
But
It was because they misinterpreted it.
yeah, exactly. If anything, I mean, for somebody who is not familiar with Jesus, I think that movie more than any other Jesus movie humanized him the most and made him more relatable. And in some ways, it made what he did even more powerful, I thought. But and Willem Dafoe was great in that. So, man, yeah, so many great movies.
I know. We could just keep going on.
Exactly. Oh, I know Mark would want me to shout out After Hours. Do you remember that movie from the 80s? That was a good one. It's more like a comedy that all takes place in one evening.
Okay.
Then there's King of Comedy. That was a weird movie, but that was good too. So, yep, no bad movies for old Scorsese.
Right.
All right, so here's the list. Top 5 Martin Scorsese movies. At number 5, Raging Bull. At number 4, Casino. At number 3, The Wolf of Wall Street. At number 2, The Last Waltz. And at number 1, Goodfellas. Yeah.
Yay.
I have to say, Goodfellas, I personally like it even more than The Godfather. I would put it as the best crime movie of all time.
Really?
I think so.
The reason why people put Godfather as number 1 is because it's a trilogy.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's a long, story with, generations.
Yeah, it's almost a totally different feel, even though they're both like same genre. Godfather is much slower paced. Goodfellas has so much comedy throughout.
Right.
It's not action packed, but it just feels like it is because the dialogue is so fast paced and witty. Yeah, that's awesome. So cool. Good list. So what do you want to do next time?
Well, we did. All right. Well, we did a director again. So we did director twice.
Yeah.
We did actors twice.
Yeah. We've done most things twice now, I think. Oh, you know what I was thinking the other day? We mentioned a while back it would be cool to do Star Trek
So,
because there's so many of those.
all right. Are we talking about original Star Trek? Or are we talking about
All Star Trek.
all three series?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regular Star Trek.
Yeah. The Next Generation and the reboots.
Yeah, well, not reboot, the alternate reality.
Right.
Star Trek.
Yeah. All of it combined. All right. Yeah. I talked you into it. So
yeah,
this,
maybe something. All right, yeah.
so this would fit into our. This will fit into our other category.
Right.
So we'll have two of those. Very good.
All right.
Cool.
So that's Star Trek movies.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the Scorsese. I thought I was going to get more mad at you
Really?
because I was worried you weren't even going to put Goodfellas on there.
No, I had to put Goodfellas.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I said I wasn't going to do a lot of the crime things,
Yeah,
but you know, to me, Goodfellas is his best work.
yeah. And yeah, I was excited you put the Last Waltz so high too. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that was you. If you didn't even tell me about it, I wouldn't even have known about it.
Yeah, I don't even know what made me watch it other than I had heard about it a bunch of times, and I guess I just thought, I might as well check it out, even though I'm not that into the band, but that definitely got me more into them for sure.
Well, now's the time to do your shout out on your Johnny Radio.
That's true. Yeah, if you go to Johnny Radio, which maybe I'll put a link like over here or something, you can check out, I've done a top 5 the band songs on that page. So you can check that out and see what you think about that. But
and I think you mentioned the Last Waltz on that too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned I like the Last Waltz versions of most of these on there. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Well, it's top 5 Star Trek next week. Everybody check it out if you like this. Subscribe, like, and we got more to come every Sunday. So dig it. All right. Well, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.